Hello Internet, hello the world. I'm so happy to be here and I'm gonna tell you why, because today is the first episode of the upcoming series of the bass lesson that I'm making for all of you. And today we're gonna speak about the most important thing in the world, your instrument. Maybe you are clicking on this video because you are thinking, what kind of bass do I want to play in? Maybe you already have a bass and you just wanna think and sharpen your knowledge about what a bass is made from and her components and stuff like that. Well, today, if it's your first bass or thinking about buying a new bass or have a bass and thinking about upgrading, today we're going to speak about the most important thing, the instrument, the bass itself, the component, the woods, the parts, what you need to think about before we just go into the theoretical complex stuff that I'm sure all of you are really excited and eager to go into, me too. But first we're going to speak about the instrument itself. And the first subject is the body shape. What kind of body shape would you want? Like, what do you think is better? Look how many different body shapes there are over there in the market. You have those, the jazz bass that, hold on a minute. Let me, when I was a teenager and I was like, I want a guitar, I was thinking, I want it to be black. That was like really important for me because it's like metal and stuff. But wait a minute, okay? So you have in the market those basses that are jazz bass. Basically, they are really nice. It's some kind of wood that spray the body. In this case, is white. Then you have the one that are with a high gloss, which is this one over there. Then you have the one which is a natural satin, which is the wood itself, which is the one here, which is made from swamp ash body. Okay, the one with high gloss is antler body, but it's sprayed with high gloss, which we'll speak about this in a few moments if you bear with me. The Warwick, for example, have also swamp ash, but they make it like tobacco brown. How you call it? Yeah, the model. And the jazz bass have just like a smooth, also high gloss actually, and it's really nice. We're going to speak about what's the benefit of it and what is smart to do and what you should do generally. Okay, so we spoke about the body shape. Now we're going to move into speak about another important subject. So what's the important thing here to remember? Basically, beside the body shape itself that you will choose because you like the sound of the instrument or because you're your favorite artist or something similar like that, there is the wood itself that the body is made from. For example, this 7-string bass over there is made from swamp ash body, which is really nice. Swamp ash is known to be really light wood and have a really good sound qualities, sustainable. And also the Warwick is made from swamp ash, but it's like tobacco sprayed finish, which is really nice. And both of them are really light, I must say. The jazz bass over there, the body is made from maple. And also the neck, which we're gonna speak about this subject right away. And the MG bass over there body is made from layers. Like you have a layer of mahogany, swamp ash as well, splattered maple. It's a layer. And the next subject we're gonna speak about is the neck. Let me switch the camera. So like you see, these basses are really nice. Also the strings, like you see here, 8-string bass, 7-string bass, 6-string bass, 5 and 4 as well, just bass. Now, the string count as well as something that you need to consider what is suitable for you, because the more string you have, the more other factors you're dealing with that normally you are not dealing with less strings. So you also have to think about, like, what do I need to play? Do I need to 4-string? Maybe it's enough for bass lines, groove, to hold the groove, it's enough. Even my cat is thinking 5-string is cool. It's actually also my favorite bass. 5-string is quite nice because you have the additional 5th string, which is the low B. 6-string is as well pretty much a nice decision because it's the additional high C. And the next one, the 7, you can go for higher string as well, which in my case I chose high F, or you can F sharp on the low side, but I went for higher because I like more the melody side. Someone here is enjoying the view. The 8th string as well, I went for higher string because I really wanted to be more melodic. About neck, you have two options here, guys. You have basically the option of going on bolt-on. What's the meaning of bolt-on? Bolt-on is two pieces, like you have the neck and it screws to the body. In this case, like what you see here. Also here in this bass is a bolt-on because it's like screwed into the body. In the 7th string case, it's neck true. It's like all the neck is like one piece is going into the body. It's a different construction. The difference between those is that neck true, like you see here, is more sustainable because it's like more the piece of wood going into the body, you know, from the neck and up. So it's keeping the note ringing longer and giving all kinds of special harmonics. But it doesn't mean that bolt-on is any worse, because in the bolt-on you guys have another sound qualities which are really nice as well. They are more punchy. They are well known for that. So don't think that is bad. You can just go to the local instrument shop and grab an instrument and see what is suitable for you, because in the end of the day, it's all a matter of sound taste and what you really enjoy in your ear. The next thing that we're gonna speak about is the fingerboard. Like you see, all the fingerboard of my basses is basically made from ebony wood. Every one of them have ebony. There are some guitar instruments that don't have ebony. Most of them have other variations. Some of them Wenge, which is another kind of wood. Other have maple, and you have ebony, and you have also other exotic variation, actually, to be honest, in the market, which are really cool. And you should all be aware of that ebony have a sweet, darker sound, and compared to the maple that have a pale, high frequency kind of vibe, but in the right setting, with the right equipment, with the right amp, with the right hands, any instrument can sound different what it is. So I cannot tell you that because I chose ebony on all of my instrument, there is something wrong with having, you know, a maple. Maybe in the future I would, you know, eventually. At the moment, I'm really happy with the sound of ebony. Another subject that we speak about is frets. Like you see here, normally the jazz basses over there have 21 frets, which is compared to other basses that have 24. The question here is, what do you need? I'm happy with 24 frets, to be honest with you guys. Jazz bass is enough. I never go so high, to be honest with you. And I don't need to go there, but it's always good to have the option, you know, to go there. So 21 frets or 24 frets, I would go for 24 because you always have more option to explore more tonal areas, which normally you could not, which is something really beneficial. Another subject that we're going to speak about now is a fret size. Okay, you have all kinds of fret size, guys. You have jumbo, which is really big and really high, which means let me see if I have. I think in this one I have a jumbo. Let me put the camera to focus. They are more basically higher. You need to press more harder as well. This is what I found with the jumbo. So if you want to play fast, dexterity kind of playing, you need a thinner. Also the Warwick have jumbo. to be honest, and they're also quite higher that you need to press really stronger, but I really like them. And the other side, this is a medium side in the jazz bass, and they are really thin and easy to press. You don't need much effort compared to the over here the jumbo. I didn't touch this bass long time, so sorry for the mess. My 8th string, for example, you have medium jumbo, which is both worlds. Like you see, it's not quite harder to press, but it's like really punchy, and you have this kind of push when you push your finger, and it's like also effortless when you play. And when I mentioned that MG bass is really, really amazing, best instrument in the world. And if you ever think about getting a bass when you can afford MG bass, or you see one secondhand, totally grab one. The next subject we're going to speak about, guys, is nut. This is nut is basically the part that the strings are laying on top. And every bass that I have, you see in the Warwick, they are pretty much familiar with the nut system that they have. It's made from plastic. They have a brass one as well. The one that Fender use also, it's pretty much. I'm not sure if it's a bone or if it's a plastic one, but we can definitely verify it. I have on the 8th string, for example, I have brass one, and I'm really happy for that because there is a big difference. The note ringing much longer. It's like piano wise. It's like really, the sound is. I'm really happy. You have to try that if you have a chance to and you see one with a brass nut. It's definitely more life in the bass when you play. The next thing is scale length. Scale length is how basically long is the neck. So what do you mean? Okay, I know that this one is 34-inch, the Warwick, but also my 8 is 34-inch. But the 7, for example, the 7 is 35. What does it mean? That the neck is longer. Why do you need this? Okay, let me tell you. 1 inch less, 34 with 35. 34 is the frets more closer to each other, and it's more easy to press basically. Compared to 35, that they are more further apart. And this is the difference between the 8th string and the 7th string. 7th string have a 35-inch in the neck, 34-inch. So this is why not every bass is comfortable to play for everyone. Like it doesn't mean that if on your bass you are fast and dexterity is very high and you can play fast, doesn't mean that every bass you grab you're gonna play like that, because every bass is built different. You know, and this is really important to know that electronics and pickups. It's really important to know as well what kind of electronics you have inside your bass. Like for the example, in this bass, the electronics are Bartolini, and also the pickups are Bartolini, but these ones are made from wooden cover, half mahogany the bottom, and purple heart wood on top, and the other ones are pretty much plastic shells, magnetic plastic shells. Every bass you see here as well. Every bass also have different electronic system inside. This is the pickup, this is what's outside. But inside, there is another wiring of system. And automatically, don't assume that you're gonna get the best. You have to ask, what's inside? Is it good? What kind of band the electronics inside have beside the pickups? You need to ask. This is the question that you need to ask. This one have a Bartolini as well, but can Armstrong pickups. This one have Bartolini pickups and electronics. This one have Warwick electronics of the Corvette standard, and the Jazz Bass have Fender kind of wiring of passive. Most of the basses coming with passive or active. In the 7th string, for example, I can pull the button, and also in the 5th string I can pull the button. When I pull it's become passive. It does not use the battery. When I push it, it's become active. It's with the battery, and the sound is a bit more alive, to be honest, and a bit more energetic. and it adds life. Without that, it's also nice, but it's kind of a bit empty, if you, to be honest. With the active, when you press the button, it gives it more life, which is really nice. In the Fender Jazz Bass, you don't have that option. You just have passive because you don't have battery as well. Some basses, like the 7th string, have 18 watts, so you have 2 batteries inside. You don't have to have that. Not every bass have that, but in this bass, for example, they have that, which is not bad thing, but it adds more headroom power and adds a bit small slight different the sound. In this one I have only 1 battery and I'm really happy with the sound of that, to be honest with you guys. Another thing, bridges. Let's speak about bridges. It's also important subject. You have the monorail and you have the one piece of that is like laid on top of one plate. Everyone have different bridges, well, the system, like also the Fender over there. Let's speak about that. What's special in the monorail is that every string is separated for sound. So when you pluck one of the string, the other string don't vibrate because they are not on top of one plate, one body. Compared to the 7th string, that here all of the string are on one body plate, and basically there are more chances that things will be more vibration. If you're recording, those noises and things ringing are really important. So sometimes you have to avoid that. And every bass have also different system of bridges. And the next thing that we're gonna speak about, what is good, by the way, it's a matter of taste and sound, what you're happy with. So you're gonna have to test by yourself and decide which one is good for you guys. In a local music shop. Next thing we're gonna speak about is string spacing. Like I said, not every bass will be the same when you grab it and you try to play it. Some basses are built different than what you have in home, or you have to remember generally, so you have to test all of them and to see what kind of basses are really comfortable for you. My size that is comfortable for me is the spacing of strings is 16.5. 16.5 is the standard in Warwick. And I follow that because Warwick standard is really comfortable for me. So I went for that, the same in the 8th string. It have 16.5. This one have 16.5 spacing. This one I feel they are a bit bigger. I think it's 17 millimeter spacing. To be honest, I really like the 16.5. Maybe the spacing thing is, again, is a matter of fingers. Like maybe some people have small hands or bigger fingers, so it's also can be a factor of what's comfortable for you to play. So you have to research that thing before you purchase a bass and make sure it's really comfortable for you and really test every option so you know for sure that your budget gonna bring you the best bass that you're gonna last for years to come, that you're gonna really be happy with. And another thing we're gonna speak about is the tuning machine. Tuning machine are those keys over here that basically let you tune the string. Now you see there are a few brands over there in the market. You need to check which one is for you, you know, because most of them are important. I would recommend the one that the pins to lay the strings are really, really fat, so they are not thin. For example, this is thin. Thin connection compared to that is really fat. Go for the fat one. You can also upgrade them later. You can grab one online. Those one are Wilkinson. They have a slight twist in the key, which is really nice. This one is Gotu. I really like the design of it. It's like really evil. And here for the Warwick, I put also a fat one that I bought in the local music shop. They have it's more bigger than that's for sure. But that's made from good strong alloy. That is another brand. I'm not quite sure the name, but it's over there already more than 8 years. I'm really happy about that. And the last subject we're going to speak about is finish. Look, to be honest, finish. This one is a high gloss. It have a spray that is like made like glass wise substance. This is natural satin, which is quite like a natural wood kind of surface, which is quite nice, to be honest. This one is also high gloss. You see, it's like a glass substance, and this one have a top, by the way, quilted maple top, which is really nice, with a high gloss. The neck is not with a high gloss, but the neck of the jazz bass have high gloss, which is the glass substance. When you sweat, your hands will slide a bit and you get wet and stuff. So you have to think if it's good for you. This one is natural satin as well. Satin is natural wood finish, like. Again, I'm really happy. Also, the 8th string is natural satin. It have splattered maple top. It's the natural wood itself. No sprays of stuff that can make you slide when you sweat. This important thing. Oh, it was really a pleasure for me. I really enjoyed with all of you to make you this number one lesson on knowing your bass before you get it, or improving your knowledge generally. I hope all of you guys also enjoyed to listen, as well as Morris, that was here listening to every word I said, and was the best cat in the world. I hope you are the best guys in the world, and support and subscribe the channel. That will help a lot. And see you in the next lesson, I guess. And we start slowly with the good stuff. And have a great night. Support, subscribe, comment, share. God bless you. Speak soon. Take care. I'm here.